Hello and welcome to day 30 of 30 Days of Godzilla, the final day. Today it's the day. We're finally going to be talking about Godzilla 2014. I have my ticket right here. I just saw the movie last night, and yeah, it's time to get diving into the movie. Since I don't own Godzilla 2014 yet, I will be placing the prequel graphic novel that ties directly into the movie right beside me while I watch it, because usually I have the DVDs here, but today something special, Godzilla 2014. So without wasting any more time, let's get into the movie, and here you are to hear my thoughts. So let's go. First of all, I just want to say that I liked the movie. Godzilla was awesome when he was on screen. The atomic breath was the best thing in the film by far. I thought the human drama was the best since the original 1954 Godzilla. I would have to say that Bryan Cranston was definitely the best actor in the movie. So yeah, it's pretty good. Were there some things that I would have done differently? Yeah. For one thing, I would have included a little bit more Godzilla. To me, he wasn't in the movie enough. I waited 10 years and I want more Godzilla. I would have probably added maybe about 10 or so more minutes of Godzilla screen time. So that's my big issue with the film, is I need more Godzilla. I can't have enough. I have an addiction. It just won't stop. If you were wondering about the plot, I'll give a brief analysis because, like I said, I'm trying to keep this video here as spoiler-free as possible. So basically, what starts happening in this movie is there's these creatures called Mutos, or massive unidentified terrestrial organisms as they are known. They begin to rise up, and the arrival of the Mutos sparks the arrival of Godzilla. The Mutos' arrival then connects to the human drama aspects, and they're intertwined pretty well, I must say. And I'll just leave it at that. I'll talk more about it in the spoiler talk episode, but for now, I'll just leave the spoilers as low as possible. Now, as far as kaiju in this film are, the Mutos, they were pretty cool. I liked the Mutos. Seeing the Mutos destroy stuff and fight Godzilla was awesome. However, like I said, I wanted more of that. One thing this movie does have is it has a slow build, which works in movies like Jaws and Alien, where they don't always show the monster. You know, they really build up to it and tease you, and those little teases like satisfy, which in a sense this movie does do that, and it works up until the reveal of Godzilla, and the reveal of Godzilla is spectacular in this film. However, there comes a point where you're like, stop teasing me, just give me the monster battles already. You know what I mean? I go to a Godzilla movie to see who else? Godzilla, and not necessarily for the human characters. Even though I like the human drama in this movie, I still wanted more Godzilla, and that's my only issue with the film, is that there wasn't enough focus on Godzilla. When he is in there, he is awesome, he's spectacular, he's freaking cool. But I just felt like he wasn't in there enough. I think maybe 20 minutes tops. However, aside from that, I still really like this movie. I thought Gareth Edwards did a fantastic job directing. I really liked the tone of the film. They definitely nailed Godzilla. But I still wanted more. But aside from that, let's talk about some other aspects of the film, things you might want to look out for. For one thing, Godzilla's first reveal is pretty great. The Halo jump scene was nice, you get some great visuals, some cool destruction, and at one point I was able to spot a Mothra Easter egg. So hey, we might be getting other Toho monsters in the future. There were some things that definitely indicated that, but spoiler talk. One thing I do like is that this movie actually has an ending, and isn't necessarily a build-up to the next movie, which was refreshing for once, because I feel like a lot of big event movies, such as the Marvel movies for instance, they're not complete movies, they're really just setups for the next movie, or a build-up to Avengers 2, which when you get to that, you'll be waiting for the build-up to Avengers 3, and same with the Spider-Man movies. Nowadays, it's just about franchise building, and not just having a complete story, which I liked for once. So overall, I think the movie was pretty good. I'm going to have to see it a second time, which I am. I'm for sure going to see it a second time to really digest and let the movie sit in, and to really get a full grasp of how I feel about this movie. Because the first viewing, I really liked it. I really did like the movie, and I like the tone, but I just need to see it a second time to really get a grip on the film itself. Because the first time it's all about the surprise. The second time it's where you know if a movie really sits with you or not. So with that being said, let me make a few quick plugins and talk about some other stuff. I suppose that before I end this video, I better get these plugs out of the way before it gets too late. First of all, I have another channel called Epic Horror Fans, and on that channel I will be interviewing other YouTubers about Godzilla 2014, and we will further discuss and review the film you just saw. Secondly, I will have the spoiler talk video coming soon, but only after I see the movie a second time this weekend. Alright, there goes my cheap plugs. Sorry, I gotta do them. You know, gotta support my other stuff and broaden the awareness on those things. But with that being said, let's kind of wrap some stuff up, because like I said, I know I'm not giving too much away, and it's not like my other Godzilla-thon videos, but because the movie just came out, I really don't want to spoil too much for you people in this review here. That's what the spoiler talk thing is for. But like I said, I just want to kind of give an overall opinion in this next part here. So yeah, let's get into that. Overall, this is a really good movie. I feel like if it would have done just a few things differently, then it would have been a perfect Godzilla movie. The human elements were good for a Godzilla movie. We had some really cool kaiju, and Godzilla is just back on the big screen and is incredibly badass. The new design of Godzilla was pretty good. My only real complaint, I know I've stressed this enough, is that I feel like the movie should have had maybe 10 more minutes of Godzilla and cut down a bit on some of the teasing. But overall, I would say check it out. If you're a fan, I'm sure you'll like it. Wow. I can't believe it, but my 30-day marathon, people, it's ending. I can't believe it. This has been like a very long process. It's been fun, but it's now coming to an end, and there's just a certain strange feeling that I'm getting because I put so much work into this and been building up to this movie so much, and wow. So I'm wondering, how can I end this thing? I could do something kind of like this.
No more! I'm sick of Godzilla!
No, that ending doesn't feel right, because in reality, I'm never sick of Godzilla. I can watch Godzilla almost any day of the week. So, I could do the ending where I go off to the Jet Jaguar theme song. I mean, there's so many great moments in this series, but the Jet Jaguar theme song only works for the one review. I mean, it doesn't work for, some of the other Godzilla things, because this is a review marathon dedicated to the king of the monsters, Godzilla, and not about Jet Jaguar. So, how can I end this? That's it. I got it. I know how I'm going to end this. So anyways, it's now time for me to bid farewell to you all. I know it's been just reviewing 30 movies in 30 days. It's been a long and fun process, but I'm glad some of you have liked it. And I'm glad to see a lot of new people subscribing to the channel. Yeah, it means a lot. And it's nice to interact with some fans who share their love and appreciation of Godzilla. It's something I've been a fan of ever since I was like 2 years old, when I first saw Godzilla on like a VHS tape. It was honestly the greatest thing I could think of when I was, a little kid. And I still appreciate him all the way through today. And it's left an impact on me. It really has, emotionally and stuff like that. It's been meaningful. I know that I'm done reviewing these movies for now, because if you could, there's still the spoiler talk and stuff like that. And with the marathon done, you're probably thinking, oh, well, he's done with Godzilla, never again. But don't think of this as the ending of me talking about Godzilla. Think of this as the start of something new, something greater. There's still a lot of stuff to talk about, including, this right here. I'm going to do a video on the Godzilla Awakening thing. First comic book review, or graphic novel I should say. So there's still a lot more left to come. I just want to end by saying thank you all for watching. All hail the King of the Monsters. Only thing left to say is Godzilla!